y'all. Welcome to another episode of Silence Vision Art Life. My name is Adewalagboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about Karjakz Vs Assassins, the bridge. I want to just focus on how Karjakz Vs Assassins universe has created a bridge for me to build my dreams. Talk about the characters. I'm going to talk about where the first official comic book is right now, and just whole concept of just this whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe being probably the greatest thing I've ever created as far as creation. You know what I mean? So before we get into this podcast, we want to pay some of these bills. This Silence Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anna the Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anna the Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnnaDaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnnaDaleCenter.com for details, y'all. As I always say, I got my custom orthotics. These go into every shoe that I wear and into my Batas foot line wear. And I didn't need surgery. I didn't need any of that. I just saw Dr. Onusode at Annadale Foot and Ankle, and he diagnosed me, did some exercises, got my custom orthotics, no more pain. I can even go without my orthotics sometimes, but I love wearing them so much. They're so comfy. You know what I mean? But so Annadale Foot and Ankle, y'all, Annadale Foot and Ankle, center.com. And also, like I told you before, Annadale, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new podcast, so look out for that. It's going to be something very enlightening. It's going to help you to grow your business, take it to the next level so that it can be the best that it can be, man. So y'all, back to the podcast today. Karjakz Vs Assassins, the bridge. I really just want to talk about the characters, and then the first official comic book where it's going to be at. And then, of course, where the future of this Karjakz Vs Assassins is going to be. You know what I mean? Karjakz Vs Assassins, the bridge. In creating the characters, right, from the original outset. Hold on, y'all, for a quick sec. I gotta show you all this. Okay. I'm back. Quick sec. From the outset, right, when I created the characters, the first version of them, which is what this looks like. This is them right here. I was like, what am I doing? I don't know how to create characters. It was one thing to draw, but it was another thing to create characters, right? And the real reason why I created them, because I kind of got tired of drawing all the other people I was always drawing all the time. Avengers, X-Men, whether it was Wolverine, whether it was Iron Man, whether it was Black Panther, whether it was Captain America. I was just like, okay, this is getting old. I mean, I still love these heroes, but I need my own. And it's one thing to draw somebody else's creation, but it's another thing to draw and create your own creation. And so that's why I found myself, I got to create my own characters. So I did, right? And here I am. I'm like, okay, all right, what am I going to do with them? And all I had in the beginning was let me create some posters. And man, the drawings, if you see this and you see this, and then you see this, you see the difference. So version 1 right here, right? Version 2, 3, 4, I would say right here. And then version 5 right here. And of course, version 6 is coming in the new first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. But I just said to myself, okay, what am I going to do with these characters? They need names. They need all kinds of stuff, man. And there was a bunch of stuff I didn't know. And I didn't realize that in order to create a bridge is what this Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is, you have to create things with detail. So drawing the drawings was one thing, which was actually easier than giving them names, profiles, where they're from, background stories, because an origin story is the most important thing. Sorry, y'all. An origin story is the most important thing when you're creating characters, man. You can't just create characters and don't give them an origin story, right? And the characters, if you look at this right here, this is why I call it a bridge, because it's constantly growing. It's literally a bridge. This is version 1. I'm going to flip through this version 1 book, and then I'm going to go to the version 5 so you can see the differences, this is the bridge right here. You know what I mean? I mean, a total different type of look. The way the characters, the look, they don't even look the same anymore. You know what I mean? But you can get you a copy of this book on silencevision.com. And if you order the current version we have on the website, you can just send us an email at silencevisionsshop.com, at silencevisionsshop@gmail.com, excuse me, and tell us that you wanted the version 1 because you want to get the OG one. You know what I mean? And then if you look at this one right here, this is 3 and 4. So the drawings changed a little bit. And this is what I mean by bridge, right? Because the bridge is what allows an artist to continue to grow his or her creation. That's how I see a bridge. And that's what this is right here. See, my characters don't look like this no more. And this was getting really cool right here when I started to get to this point, right? I was like, oh, we doing something now, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I can do a lot more, even better than that. So I was like, let's get to this version right here, version 5. And this is when I realized it's time for me to create the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. Now let's look at the differences. I mean, you can see the detail. You can see the drawing technique has completely evolved to something else, right? You know what I mean? We all have to grow in whatever craft we do. And whether you're a mechanic, whether you're a pilot, whether you're an aeronautical engineer, whether you work at NASA or whatever, you want to grow in what you're doing. And that's exactly what happened to me. Look at me. I'm growing. And this looks unbelievable. You know, this is a quick flip through, but you know, look at this, right? Versus this. You know what I mean? That's a major difference right there, right? And I was telling myself, okay, the bridge is growing. And that's really what this is. It's a bridge. And then I realized, okay, now it's time to do a comic book because I finally got to this version. I said, okay, this comic book is ready. So I started working on the book. I've been working on this since 2016. And yeah, we're in 2022. And then we went through the whole pandemic mess. And it was just a mess. So I had a gap space. At one point I was creating the book. Then I lost the first 4 pages of a book. And creating, I'm like, oh my God, I got to start all over from the beginning again. And yes, y'all, I had to start all over from the beginning again. It was work, y'all. But it made me realize, okay, I can get better. So I started getting better. I started drawing more detail. And it allowed me to actually, in making that mistake in the beginning, I started the book all over again and made me to realize I can make this book better than this. So right now the book is literally done. It's really just going through a correction phase. And then once you do all that, you got to do all the documentation, copywriting, publishing, all that good stuff. And then you could put it out to universe. But, you know, universe willing, I'm going to be able to put it out this year. You know, I mean, I'm really excited, you know, because it's a big bridge, because that bridge is going to lead to many things. Animation, let me see, animated movies, animation series, movies, or anything that I deem to be positive where I feel like my characters can be on. That's where I'm going to put them. I'm not necessarily I'm not interested in the, how do I say, get rich scheme or make money. You know, I'm not, that's not going to work for me, because when you ruin something of substance, when you start going for things just to make money, it's not really going to do anything for you. And I don't feel like it's going to do my characters any justice. You know what I mean? I'm all about my characters being the best version of what they can be, right? So, you know, the characters themselves, each character, you know, like even looking at posters, I mean, now you can see them for real, right? This is what it looks like right here. I even changed the logo a couple of times. You know what I mean? And look, let's look at the Karjakz right here. The posters. And all these posters, y'all, Cajun right there. They're all available on signvision.com. Escalade, you know what I'm saying? Sincere, you know, Glocks, Rasputin, you know what I mean? Diesel, Shepherd, you know. This is what I'm doing here with this Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. It's constant growth. You know what I mean? It's constant growth. Assassins, yeah, those dudes are the truth, man. Assassins don't play, they're just villainous. Led by Lord Sun Tzu right there, with Sphinx, the Egyptian tiger. With Seth, the Egyptian mystical tiger. And yes, his twin brother is Sphinx right there, another Egyptian mystical tiger, but the good one. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got Lord Sun Tzu right there, leading the assassins. They got overall, almost skipped. You got artillery, his general, his fiance too. Excursion, third in command, you know what I mean? Kanji, Revo, his children, the twins, you know what I mean? Then you got Snipes, Yukon. Then, of course, let's see here. Got to show you all the coyotes, man. Then, of course, you got the coyotes, right? You know what I mean? So, you know, the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is constant thing. And the one thing that this comic book is doing for me is actually helping me build more of a bridge, further bridge. So now it's video games, all these different things I can do. And right now I'm even actually working on a miniature animation intro, because I'm going to provide that soon. But you know, as a character designer, as an animator, you can do multiple things. You kind of don't want to be letting yourself be limited. And the good thing about my situation is I'm independent. Like, I don't really depend on like outside sources to get me to do things that I need to do for me. If I want to do something, I just do it. Like, I just have the ability to do that, you know. And that comes from discipline, acquiring knowledge, which I think has probably been the most important thing that I've done so far in everything I've been doing so far, is my ability to acquire knowledge. Even my website, I do my website because I'm great at creating websites. I don't have to pay anybody to do it. I know what I want to create, and I create it, because there were times in my life where people get in my way. Like, I had this dream, Karjakz Vs Assassins, and when this thing began, all I constantly met in the beginning was people just getting in my way. I was paying people to try to do something, and they would still dragging their feet. Then I was like, you know what? How about I just go to school and learn all the stuff I wanted to learn? whether it's drawing stuff or animating stuff or creating special effects, whatever. I went and learned it all. And I went to community college, Long Beach City College and Orange Coast College. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Long Beach City College and Orange Coast College. I think these are some of the best gems out there in the universe in terms of college or education. Because when you educate yourself, you got to educate yourself in a way that benefits you, not in a way that benefits like other people. And so what I did was I educated myself so I could create this awesome universe. Look at this, where this was before and where it is now and where it's going to go. You know what I mean? And so I don't really, for anybody out there who's trying to build a dream, your dream is a bridge. Then you just keep adding to it, and that bridge just keeps growing. It not necessarily doesn't have like a, I don't know how to explain this. It's like a bridge that doesn't have legs. It's just floating, and you're the pilot, right? And you decide when you want to add to that bridge, whether it's every day, whether it's every week, whether it's every month, whether it's every year, whatever you decide. But you're the decider of that bridge, and your dream is your bridge, right? And mine is expanded. Let me look at the banner behind me. I remember I didn't used to have this something behind me, and now I've got all my characters on there, whether it's Shepherd, Cajun, Sun Tzu, Artillery, Escalade, Rasputin, Glocks, Revo, you know, all the many characters that I have. I mean, I wasn't 12 years ago, which I've been at this now for going on 13 years, going on 14 years. I wasn't even this close to where I am now. And that's what happens to you when you keep building your bridge. That's why this episode was important, because it's a bridge. It's a bridge to my dreams. It's a bridge to where I want to go. And which brings back to the next part, right? The future. The future of Karjakz Vs Assassins is plain and simple. An animation series is for sure. That's the number one thing. And anything else I might decide I want to do. Obviously, I'm into video games. Obviously, I'm into like, you know, just different card games. I mean, you name it, toys, merchandising, different types of merchandising, apparel, footwear. I've got all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? This guy here is a sweater. This guy is a bomber jacket. And we've got, I mean, this is all Karjakz Vs Assassins stuff, you know? And as I go, whenever I wear my gear, when I'm going through the mall, grocery store, whatever, people are like, whoa, those are cool. And the first thing I usually get is that Japanese anime? Which makes me feel totally awesome, because that's always what I was always into, Japanese anime. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on like Gundam Wing, Techno Man, Voltron, Thundercats. Those were, of course, I loved Gargoyles and X-Men, the animated series, and Iron Man, but the Japanese style animation really was the ones who really got to me. You know what I mean? I loved them. You know what I mean? So when you're building something, man, it's gonna take time. You're gonna need time. You're gonna need patience. And the thing is, if you're not gonna be able to do it by yourself, then you're gonna need to work with good people. But even if you are able to do a lot of things by yourself, you're still gonna need good people, good support, people that actually have your back. And I always say this thing about loyalty. Loyalty one way is stupidity. So don't be loyal one way. Be loyal. Loyalty must be reciprocated. You know what I mean? I've come this far, honestly, because I haven't let anybody slow me down. And yes, there are times when I've had to wait 6 months to save up the money to buy what I needed. I mean, when I used to have to save 6 months just to be able to buy these books right here. I mean, things are still rosy right now. I'm not where I want to be. Things are still tough. I still have to make conscientious sacrifices. Like there's things that I just can't have, that I can't buy, or the things that I want to do, I still have to save up for 6 months. I mean, I'm a lot further than I used to be, but I'm also still realizing there's still more to do. There's still more I want to do, and there's still as far as I want to go. So I'm not ever going to stop just because I don't have enough money. Money is not an excuse not to pursue a dream. Believe me, the universe will provide for you. Don't let anyone get in your way of what you're doing. Not family members, not people that call them themselves your friends, not associates, not co-workers. No, you don't let them get in your way. You know, you don't have conversation with people that have small minds. You have to remember, when you're a creator, your mind is way more expanded than everybody else, man. Most people, they just see something and they do what they see. You're actually creating, you're a creator. You're creating what they can see. That's the difference between a creator and somebody who just reads something. When you're a creator, I didn't want my thing to go. When you're a creator, man, it's different for you because your mind frame is different. You're not getting on the bridge. You're building the bridge. That's why I call this episode The Bridge, Karjakz Vs Assassins, because that's what it is. You're building the bridge. You're literally deciding what's going on it. And when you get done building it, after I've passed in the years 3099 or 3999 or whatever it is, 200 years, 300 years from now, they're going to say, that dude, Adewale Wicked Jr. created Karjakz Vs Assassins. In spite of any obstacle that might have gotten in my way, I've chosen to always look at these characters as my safe haven. You know what I mean? As a kid, I dealt with a lot. I went through a lot of trauma, but I overwork it. And yes, y'all, I remember I told you on previous episodes, I think it was episode 109, ball chain and trauma. Well, guess what? I now have a therapist. I've had my first session. I'm actually very happy about it. Not just to interject that into the whole situation. So if you're out there dealing with that trauma stuff, you need help, there's people out there, therapists, to help you, man. Qualified specialists individuals who care. And if nothing else, actually, you can actually just visit betterhelp.com. Betterhelp.com. There's so many awesome licensed individuals that care about people and actually want to help people. So check that out. But without that, with that in my back pocket and me doing that, dealing with therapy, it's going to help me be a better artist. You know, as we as people, whatever things we deal with sort of inspires your creations or whatever you do, right? Whatever traumas or whatever situation you might have grown up in as a child, your childhood, I don't care what anybody says, always determines kind of your future, even though you make good decisions, but you're very receptive, you're very into yourself, you're introverted, you right? I mean? So, you know, Karjakz Vs Assassins is my bridge, and it's a bridge that has many, many, many options. I'm not gonna let anyone, I have no desire, interest in working for anyone. I can't tell you how many times people have told me, oh, Adewale, maybe you should work for Marvel. Hell no. Maybe you should work for DC. Hell no. Maybe you should work for Fox. Hell no. Maybe you should work for Universal. Hell no. No. Warner Brothers. No. Why should I give my talents, my characters to a company and they get to tell me what my value is? No. That ain't gonna fly. Cats that inspire me to be independent the way I am right now is, you know, whether it's George Lucas or Tyler Perry. I mean, they're in different genres, but it's their mentality that I love, their independent mentality. Tyler Perry has one of the biggest studios in movie making, top of notch, top flight, I mean, it's just beast mode, man. That's where I want to be, man. Have my own animation studio, have my own movie studio, ain't gotta beg nobody for nothing, ain't gotta ask you. I would just wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm making an animated series, I'm making a movie, I'm making an animated movie, or whatever I want to do with my Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, because this is my universe. Did nobody create it but me, Adewale Booker Jr. So y'all, that's what today's podcast was about, the bridge, the constant growth of Karjakz Vs Assassins, because that's what it is, man. I mean, it's always something or another, or I'm inventing something. Like now we've got new puffer jackets on our website, you can check that out. I mean, it's just, the universe keeps expanding, and every time I get better as an artist, these characters get better. You know what I mean? Look at this. From this version to this version to this version. Version 5, the current one. And of course, the new version is coming in the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. So if you want one of these awesome character bio books, which is available on ScienceVision.com, please visit our website at ScienceVision.com because it's going to help you to get ready for the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that's coming out soon. It's going to be a beast, y'all. A lot of people have been waiting on it. I got people texting me, emailing me, writing me on my social media page like, yo, Adewale, when's that book gonna be ready? Man, the book's gonna be ready when it's ready, man. You can't just drop something and it not be ready. You know what I mean? So that's the only way I can phrase it, you know what I mean? So I want to thank you for listening. But before we get up out of here, y'all, as always, I always got to show you all the new stuff we got. So if you're into our footwear, the Batas footwear line, you know what I mean? We got the low tops right here, available on ScienceVision.com. You know what I mean? The Batas low tops, as you can see. I'm gonna let y'all check it out. Check that out. You know what I mean? We got art on. The art's never the same. That's what's cool about my shoes. Anybody sees it like, whoa, that's different, bro. You don't have the same art on the same side? No, I said no, because I always got different types of art, man. You know what I mean? And then of course, you got the high tops. These are really cool. These are catchy right here. You know what I mean? Look at that art on different sides. So I got Sonso on one side. I got Cajun on one side, I got Sep on one side, I got Sphinx on the other side, you know what I mean? The Batas high tops, the Batas 2 high tops. Then of course, if you love, you gotta protect your glasses, so you know, you wanna go get a glasses case. These are glasses cases right here. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing. You know, you open it up, oh, see that? My glasses flew out of there. You know what I mean? But what's cool about my glasses cases, they come with its own personal cleaning cloth. You know what I mean? Not everybody's got that. You know what I mean? You wipe it. You clean your eyes. You know what I mean? It's got its own personal cleaning cloth. And yes, it's washable. Just simply wash it, air dry it with your hand. Dip it in soap and water and just let it air dry. Be done. And just put it on, man. That way you can see, you can take care of business. You know what I mean? So glasses cases, y'all. And also, too, what else do we got here, man? Already told you about the cell phone cases. Y'all already seen those. But you got glasses cases. You know what I mean? Glasses cases. And then also, too, you got the wallets, man. Napa leather. Yeah, that's right. We got wallets now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let y'all see that. But look, wallets. You know what I mean? That's what we got right here. We got wallets. This is what we're doing right here, man. We got wallets. I mean, and we can put them in any character you can think of. Karjakz Vs Assassins. All the characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Turtles, Voltron, you name it, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what we got here at Silence Vision, man. So, y'all, I want to thank y'all for listening. And I want to thank you for listening. But before we get out of here, we got to pay these bills, man. As always, y'all, this Silence Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new awesome podcast, so please check it out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be vibrant. It's going to be informative. It's going to be educated. It's going to be educating you on taking your business to the next level, just like our Silence Vision is right here. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain, let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnnaDaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnnaDaleCenter.com for details, y'all. So, y'all, I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Please check out our website at SilenceVision.com because I've got all kinds of cool stuff, as I stated before. Newest cool thing we got on the website right now is the puffer jackets. And we also got these women's cell phone case holders, travel neck pillows. So we got all kinds of cool stuff on there, man. Cell phone cases from iPhone 8 all the way to iPhone 13 Pro Max. And we got Samsung Galaxy family of phones too as well. So y'all check it out, man. You know what I'm saying? And please don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, wherever you listen, whether that's Apple, Amazon Music, Spotify, Deezer. And you could also always listen to our website, to our podcast on our website at SilenceVision.com. And please check out our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Silence Vision. You know, social media is where it's at now. That's how you promote things, particularly the two big dogs, TikTok and YouTube, man. You got to have those two platforms going, and they are so instrumental in people's success these days. You hear it all the time. So we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, and things are going good on those platforms, man. And please don't forget to review us. You know what I'm going to do? That's right. Let's put these. And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.